Hi everyone, welcome to Tech-Oasis YouTube channel. Today we are going to discussing about the Python basic concepts like data types, and these are all things. And majorly before we are going to start that, I want to just give just a brief intro about like what is Python. Okay. See, Python is a user-friendly programming language, and which provides the simple syntaxes which looks like a normal English statements only. See, okay, let me write a few points maybe it will be helpful to us. Okay, see, Python, it is a user-friendly programming language. Okay, and it will provides the simple syntaxes. It looks like a normal English statements only. Okay, statements should be statements. Sorry, looks like normal English statement only. Okay. I don't want to spend a more time on like what is Python and the features and these are all things. I hope that everybody has known about these are all things. Just now I am going to start my topic actually, that is Python in data types. Okay, and before that, if anybody wants to install the PyCharm applications, just I want to give a small demo on that. Just go to the Chrome and search for PyCharm. Okay, then after that, open this JetPlan in the first one only. Coming here and click on this download button. Then after that, if you see here, just accept it all. Okay, otherwise you can close, no worries. Actually I had installed it already in my PC. So this is the PyCharm professional one. If we install this, we need to spend we need to take the subscription for this one, but we are getting a 30 days free trial as well for this. But we are going to installing the community edition only. Just scroll down, there was community edition. Yeah, this is the community edition. So just go and click on the download button, it will going to download. Then after that you can install in your PC. It's like a normal statements only. If anybody was stuck in while installing the Python, just please mention in the comment. I will going to resolve these are all things. Okay, now let me focusing on our topic. Okay, data types. See, Python data types. Let me write a small notes. Everybody has listened about the data types. Okay, what is data type? Data type in the sense like data types are represents the type of data present inside a variable. See, it's like actually which type of data we are going to store into the particular variable. For example, the number 10, it is like an int type of data. Like 1.0, it is a float type of data. For example, the alphabets like ABC, these are the string type of data. So which type of data we are going to store into the particular variable, and the variable in the sense in the behind it, it will store it as an object type. Okay, the data types are which can be used to use like we can write a small frame. Okay, in a point phase. Okay, data types are represents that what type of data, what type of data like we are going to storing it, what type of data present inside a variable. This is nothing but a data type. Basically, in the data types, actually, we are having integer, float, boolean, string, and a complex. These are all the fundamental data types. And if you talk about the collection data types, also we are having here like a list, tuple, set, and dictionaries. Today, most of the part we are going to focusing on the collection data types. Okay. Collection data types are is nothing but a here the data will store into the single it's a word format. I mean like it is a number format. Okay, it will store the it will, I mean, in the fundamental data types. Sorry, this is the fundamental data types. In the fundamental data types, the data will store into the single values only, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, like 1, 2, like for example, like x is equal to 10, like y is equal to 4. These are like a fundamental data types. If you talk about the collection, collection data types, in the collection data type, data will store into the object holding into the multiple values. Okay, in the fundamental data types, object will hold a single value. Okay, let me write this as well. Here, basically, object it will holds the single value only. Hold a single value. Okay, but in the collection data types, object will hold a multiple values. For example, x is equal to like 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40. These are all nothing but a collection data types. Okay, now it is actually it is a list. Actually these are a list tuple set, and these are all things we are going to see in further. Before that, we are going to focus on what is these fundamental data types only. Okay, coming to this, I will going to open here a whiteboard. Let me discuss a brief. Okay, first of all, we had we received some clarity on what is data types, and these are all things. And one more word. Yeah, actually in the data types, actually we are having the two types here. Okay, just let me take this. See, if it today we are going to discuss data types. Okay, data types we are having the two types here. One is fundamental data types, and the other one is collection data types. In the fundamental data types, we are having here integer, float, boolean, and string, and complex. These are all comes under the fundamental data types. In the fundamental data types is nothing but here data will store into the single value only. The object will hold this value, single value only. Okay, object holds the data, single values. This is fundamental data types. If you talk about the collection data types, here the collection data types, here object will hold multiple values. Okay, multiple values in the sense like it's a collection of all like homogeneous heterogeneous in elements. Okay, this is basics types. Okay, in the data types, fundamental and collection data types. In the fundamental only we are having integer, float, and boolean. These are all things. Now we are going to focus on how what is int, float, boolean, string, and complex. Okay, now go to this notepad, and let me make some points. Okay, coming to the notepad. Now I'm writing here the fundamental data types we are having. It is and integer, float, and boolean, and a string, and complex. Sorry, these are all the integer, and these are all the fundamental data types. Okay, now we are going to discuss with step by step what is int, a small intro about this. Okay, first of all, if you talk about what is int. See, int is nothing but it will store the data into the a single number. Okay, in the int only it will stores 1, 2, 3, 4. These are all comes under int only. If it is actually everybody will aware on it actually how the int will store data. We can use this data type to represent all the numbers like integer values like positive, negative, or whatever it is. Okay, like for example, let me write some point where maybe it will be useful as what is int type we can use for this to represent the whole numbers, to represent the whole numbers. Whole number is something but integral values. Okay, integer values. Okay, and for example, in the integer only we are having like for example, x is equal to 10, or a is equal to 10, like b is equal to 30. These are all the integer type of values. Okay, and coming to this float, actually float will store into the data like 0.10, like 1.0, 5.0. These are all the float type. Okay, we can use float data type to represent the floating point values like decimal values. Okay, for this one also we can make some note, maybe it will be helpful in further. Okay, first of all, in the float data type, okay, it will represent, it will represent it will represents it will represent the using a floating point values. Okay, like sorry, I missed it. Floating values, it's nothing but a decimal values. Okay, these are all nothing but a float type of variables. If you talk about for example, like for example, x is equal to 1.0, y is equal to 5.0, like in a decimal format. Okay, it is exist in the decimal format only, there is no difference like point 0, like 8.0, 20.1, 5.5. These are all comes under the float only. We can also represent a floating point values by using the exponential from through the scientific notations also we can use, like instead of e we can use capital E as well. Okay, these are this is a flow data type how it will exist. And coming to this boolean is, it is also everybody has known it will returns the only true or false. It takes the two boolean values, one is true and one is false. If the condition, if for example x is equal to true, if you print the x, then it will return the true only. If s is equal to true, if it print it will not match, then it will return the false. Okay, just we can make some note. It takes two boolean values, that is true or false. Okay, we are going to do some practical scenarios, maybe it will be helpful to us. Okay, we are going to do some practice like a little small examples, then only we are getting a full much clarity. Okay, and like for example, if you print x is equal to 10. Okay, if the value, like we print x is equal to 10, if the condition is true, then only it will return as true, otherwise then it will showing as a false. Boolean is, it returns only the true or false, that is only it will nothing return like any value or any integer, float, or any value. Just it will return either true or either false, it will takes only two parameters. Okay, and coming to string data type. String data type, it is a sequence of collection of characters. Okay, we can make it some notes, like it is a sequence of collection character, collection of characters. Okay, In the string, we are going to representing by using like single quotes or double quotes also. Present by using the double quotes. This is the double quotes and this is the single quotes. Okay. Coming to this complex actually. See, complex actually here it will stores the data a binary format. A complex number, for example, it is having like it will stores the data into the binary form. Let me make some note. Maybe it will be helpful to us. Just a minute. Yeah, complex data type. See, complex data type. It is a number like a complex number is the form of for example a plus bj. Okay. Here we are having two types here. Okay, a plus bj. Just a minute. Just for example, I had taken it. Okay, just a minute. Here we are having the two types here. Here A is the real part, Bj is the imaginary part. Just let me make a note. This is the real and this is the imaginary part. See here complex data type how will it work? For example, here we can store the values for example any value like 3 plus 5j and in the real part of actually we use the value then we can specify that either by decimal or octal or binary or hexadecimal form. So in the imaginary part should be specified only by using the decimal form only. Okay, like for example like a is equal to just here for example a is equal to 11 plus 5j. This is also one of the complex data form. Okay, like this type of data we are going to store into the a complex data type. Okay, and just a minute and also let me check anything we missed here. And yeah, integer, float and boolean. And yeah, in boolean only, in boolean data type, it will returns the value as 1, then it is a true. It will returns the value as 0, then it is a false. Okay, let me write here. Internally it represents the values as, if it is true it will return as 1. Okay, and if it is false then it will return as 0. Okay, so this was explanation in the string one. In the string as well, it is a sequence of characters and within single quotes, double quotes are we are going to mentioning in. Okay, now let we going to see some like a small kind of examples for better understanding. Let me give some space, maybe it will be helpful. Okay, now just before that just we have to know about some basic Python inbuilt functions. For example, x is equal to 10. Okay, if you print, if I did print of x, what it will return? Let me execute it once. It will return the as is value. Now, if we use like print type of x, what it will return? It will give as integer. Okay, if you see here, this is the int type. Let me increase the font size. Maybe it will be helpful. Okay, this is the type of x means the type function it will return the which data type. For example, the value 10 is which data type? Basically, it is a int data type. We can get this by using the type only. If we use the id function, it will returns the object id where it will store. Each variable or each value having the separate id. Okay, this is the id ID of this object. Which one? X. Okay, this is the ID, and ID type, like these are all like in Python inbuilt functions only. Okay, now like this is like everybody know this is a integer data type. Say if you give like 10.5 or 8. Okay, if you just print print type of X, what it will return? See, basically it is a which type of data? It is a float type of data. Let me check it once. See, this is the float type of data. If we observe the result, it will showing as a float. Okay, this is the like a float type of data. In the Boolean, what it will return? Let we see this Boolean example. Okay, for example, a is equal to 10. Okay, then like we can pass like b is equal to, sorry, b is equal to 10. If you do c is equal to a less than b, what it will return? Basically, is it condition is true? Let me check. Basically, a less than b. Yes, it's true. Let me check once. Print print c. Let me check what it will return. Basically, it will return what? True. Let me see here only. See, is why? Because it is the true condition. See here, a is equal to having the 10 value and b is equal to having the 20 value. So as usually a less than b. So that's why it written as true only. If you just check once here, let me. This is 60. I mean like 80. Let me check it first. Then it will return as false. Okay, this is nothing but a boolean. So this is, we can call it as a boolean. It will return as true or either false. Okay, and string object. And one more thing, in the string only we have to discuss about the string slicing, how the slicing will work. Okay, slicing is nothing but extracting the particular portion of a string. Let me make some points here also, maybe it will string slicing, or we can call it slicing. Okay, what is slicing? Slicing is nothing but, it's nothing but a extracting a particular portion of a string. There was some spelling mistakes. Yeah, try to adjust it. Particular portion of a string. Okay, which particular like which portion of sequence elements what we need to fetch those elements only. For those purpose we are going to use this slicing. We can make it some like with example. Just a minute. Yeah, for example, slicing, just I will give one example here how the slicing will work. Okay, here also we are having like two types of slicing. Like one is forward and backward, like okay, for indexing and slicing. Okay, forward and backward indexing here also. For example, let me see here. X is equal to, I'm having the variable like Python Python programming. This is my string value. Okay, now the syntax is here. Yeah, I mean like slicing syntax is nothing but just it will existing like this only. This is the starting and this is stop. Now we need to pass this based on the indexes. Okay, index value we need to pass based on the indexes. Okay, now if you see here, this is what index, this is 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, like this, like that only the indexing will work here. Now we observe here, if you do the print x, what it will return? We return it as Python programming, it will return. Like if you do like print, okay, here x of 0 to 6th index, then what it will return? where I mean 0 in the sense what value will come, p will come. Okay, up to where it will need to stop sixth position. 0 1 2 3 4 5 space also will consider here, but unfortunately I forgot to mark it. Is this is the 6 and 7 8 9 like this. Okay, up to this one, these are all values will come into the here sixth position. Okay, so what it will done, y t h o n. So Python is the output here, nothing but a syntax only. Just we observe here, this is the syntax of this slicing. This is the starting position. Okay, this is the stop. So that's why the slicing will going to work here. And one more thing we discuss about the indexes as well here. Let me just 1 minute. For example, uh, x is equal to Python. Okay, just for better understanding, we can make some. Yeah, try to adjust it. It is Python. Okay, see, this is indexing will give like 0 1 2 3 4 and 5. This is nothing but a forward index. Okay, the values will falling from like this, left to right. This is the forward index. And the like backward index, it will give like this is as -1. Okay, there is no zero will apply, like -2 -3 -4 -5 -6. This is will fall from right to left. This is like backward traversing. This is we call as a forward traversing. Okay, this is backward traversing. This is from indexes only. We are having the two types. One is forward and one is backward. Okay, forward and backward. Forward will came from left to right. Backward will form from right to left. But it values in the minus. In minus, it will start with minus only. It will not going to start with 0. Okay. This is like about indexes and slicing. I hope that you got clarity. If anyone have any doubts, like please mention in comments. I will going to correct in the next video. Okay. In the slicing also, we'll going to see one small example. Then we are going to close this session today now. For example, I am storing the one value is equal to x is equal to. I am mentioning the values here like Python. Okay. This is my string. Now I am going to print here. For example, print. This is the example of index. Okay. Don't forget x of 2. What it will run. See, I am giving the 2 here. 2 in the sense what will come first, it will start the indexing with 0 only. This is p as 0, y as 1, t as 2. Okay. Now what it will return? It will return the t value. Let me check once. See, if you observe here, it will return the t value. Now see another examples like now I am giving as print 5. See, 5 will come n. If you print as 3, what it will return? Third position, which letter will having h? See, let me check. H will come. Okay, this is nothing but indexing. Okay, now we see the slicing as well. What is the syntax of slicing here? Slicing will exist only like this only. In like in open bracket, in square brackets, this is the start position and colon, this is the end positions. This is the syntax of a slicing. Okay, now I need to fetch the letters. Okay, just a minute. Python is easy. This is my string. Okay, now I want to fetch the letter only Python. How we can we fetch that? First I need to starting position. Starting index is 0. 0 to I need to fetch up to where p. This is 1 2 3 4 5 6. So I will make it as 0 to 6. Let we observe here. Okay, just a minute. My 6 will not working. Okay, let me take 7. Let's see what will be the output. See, Python will come. See here the space is also it will take as a one value. See for example, P is a 0, Y is 1, T is 2, H is 3, O is 4, N is 5. In the space also it will take as 6. Then I becomes the 7. I mean, that space becomes the 7. You're having the two spaces, okay? If any mistakes is there, please correct me. I will please mention in comment. I will going to correct it soon. Okay. This is nothing but a slicing a small example, and this is a few of a small demo code about the Python data types. And in the next session, we are going to see like in collection data types in the next session. And thank you. Thanks for watching.